Hey everybody, this is Joe Pace with Icewater Yoga, and today we're going to be working on hurdler pose, also known as Eka Pada Koundinyasana 2. Don't worry about that second name, we can just call it hurdler. It looks a lot like you're doing hurdles, so that works just fine. So we're going to break this down in 5 steps. This pose requires a lot of range of motion and also a lot of body awareness and strength. So we're going to develop those over time, ultimately working up to the full pose. And the first thing I want to make sure you guys have is range of motion in your adductor muscles, so the inseam of your legs. And we're gonna keep it really simple for this one. So just start to work on your ability to take a lateral bend, or bending into the right knee, getting a stretch in the inseam of the left of the leg. So when I do that, I drop my hips back so that I can keep my right knee relatively right over the right ankle, get a stretch in the left adductor, come to the other side, bend into the left. Ultimately, you can work lower and lower, making your way towards a ninja squat. So a lateral bend here, right arm comes wide, left arm comes high. Maybe I put the sole of the left foot against the floor. I come to the other side. Again, this is all working the hips in these adductor muscles, these long muscles in the inseam of the leg. Step 2 is just getting stronger. Okay, so we just want to flow with the Eka Pada Koundinyasana 2 shape, this hurdler shape. So you've probably seen this before in a yoga class, a vinyasa yoga class. You take your right leg high and you take your right knee high up your right tricep. And that's what we want to work. Holding the right knee high up the tricep. You're probably going to start here closer to the elbow. And you can even take advantage of that working your elevator. So if I did it on the left side, I take my left knee to my left elbow, lower in control, lift in control, lower in control, lift in control, maybe working towards the left armpit and then back. So get really comfortable here, bringing knee to elbow on both sides. And that's just more of a feel thing. So make sure that you're never straining, struggling, shaking. Once you stop those shakes from happening, that's when you're ready for step 3, which is holding that position with the hurdler shape. We'll do it on the left side here. I'm gonna take my left leg high. I take my left knee up the left tricep and outside of it. So I'm outside the left tricep. From here, I bend my elbows. I rest my left leg on my left arm. So I have a shelf with my left arm. I lift back up. And then we do the other side. Right leg lifts. Right leg high up the right tricep and outside of it. Lean forward. Think about leaning forward, and then step back. Ideally holding that for about 10 to 20 seconds. It's a pretty physically challenging pose, so 20 seconds is actually kind of a lot. Step 4, we're actually gonna do a little bit of an arm balance here. So it's the same exact thing, except we're drawing our body weight so far forward that our back leg lifts off the mat. I'll lift the left leg high, up the left tricep and outside of it, bend the elbows, lean forward, keep the left knee bent, lift the right leg, come back where you came from. Okay, so you can see how these are starting to add up on one another. I need the inseam of the leg to be open to get my left knee up the left tricep and outside of it. I need the upper body awareness from step 3 to start being comfortable leaning my weight forward. Once you get comfortable there, and you can hold that for about 10 or 20 seconds, and you don't feel like you're overstretching the inseams of your legs, then you can move to the full pose. This is the one that looks like a hurdler. You lift the left leg, you take the left knee up, the left tricep and outside of it, bend the elbows, extend the left leg, point the toes, and now you're balancing all of your body weight on your left leg, which is connected to your left elbow. Nothing else is supporting the pose other than your hands. Come back. In control. So you want to create as much of a split as you can between that front leg and the back leg, which obviously takes time. You need to open this area first before those things can happen. So those are 5 steps towards hurdler pose, also known as Eka Pada Koundinyasana 2. There is an Eka Pada Koundinyasana 1, which is another video. You can take a look at that. But thank you for your time. This is a super fun pose. Really not too inaccessible. This is a really nice first or second arm balance, especially if you have the range of motion in the legs. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I look forward to working with you again in the future.